A bit different for you guys. G'day, how you doing? Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, here to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Now this one has to take the cake. Behind MLM is one of my most favourite websites, and they published an article back on the 12th of May about a Ponzi scheme. Fancy that. They do it all the time. In my opinion, they're very accurate in their information, and I am sure they have saved hundreds, if not millions of dollars from people who are thinking about getting involved in Ponzi schemes or scams. They specialize in exposing people who are running multi-level marketing. Today I saw this video. Bob, one of the Avengers, poked this video in front of my nose, and I thought, oh my God, when I first saw the video I'm about to show you, I didn't think it was real. I thought it was actually two comedians doing a piss take of Jan Gregory and his sidekick buddy, Caleb, I think his name is. Marcus Caleb. Yeah. So I did a search on these guys, and I don't want to say what I think they are because I'll probably get my YouTube video banned. So I asked I can't even say it. Perplexity AI for who is this Marcus Caleb? I hope I'm saying his name right.
Marcus Caleb. Marcus Caleb is an online crypto entrepreneur and YouTuber who teaches about cryptocurrency investing and diversification strategies. He runs a YouTube channel called Marcus Caleb where he shares content related to making gains in the crypto market while managing risks associated with this volatile space.
Wow, it doesn't sound like a bad guy. I think I even know a few people that actually offer people advice in this minefield of crypto. But what did interest me, these guys, well, you're going to watch, have made so many unsubstantiated claims, and their history shows who they really are. Now, for example, let's take Mr. Caleb, for example. He's got 43,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel. Wow, he must be great. So we did a look. He had 10 videos. And I'm thinking, 10 videos and 43, I'm doing something wrong. This guy could probably teach me a trick or two. And then I counted up all the views of the videos. 15,000 views. Couldn't believe it. So I've got some stats I'm going to show you. What it looks like is he either produces his videos, gets a whole lot of subscribers and then deletes them, or he's paying for his traffic. Now, what type of successful marketer needs to pay for his traffic? So do the right thing here and do like and subscribe, because all my YouTubers, even though I've only got just over 7,000 of them, are all here because they want to be here. They know they're here. They engage with my content and they make me proud. So that was my first red flag. And I've even got a red flag in the office that we can wave for everything that Mr. Caleb says. But in the meantime, let me introduce you Jan Gregory. Now, I've done quite a few videos. Now, I asked Perplexity AI for a summary of him. Now, this is going to go on for a little bit, but trust me, while we're listening to this, I'll flip into the article and we'll just have a quick look at the article that's on Behind MLM. I'm not going to read it, but you can listen to, let's just say, Jan Gregory's portfolio.
Jan Gregory. Jan Gregory, whose real name is Jan Strazepka, also known as Jan Gregory Serato, is a Canadian national and serial promoter of Ponzi schemes operating from Dubai. He has been involved in several fraudulent cryptocurrency investment schemes, including key points about Jan Gregory. He was fined $165,000 by the Alberta Securities Commission in 2022 for running an illegal Bitcoin investment scheme called Whale Club, which defrauded investors of at least $200,000. After the fine, he fled Canada for Dubai, which is known as the MLM crime capital of the world. He has been associated with various Ponzi schemes like MaxSpread Tech, CoinMarketBull, Vortic United, CloudFi, and Zurichs, often playing the role of CEO or marketing leader. These schemes promise unrealistically high returns on cryptocurrency investments, but in reality, operate as Ponzi schemes, using new investor funds to pay older investors. The California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation, DFPI, has issued fraud warnings and desist orders against several of Gregory's schemes, including CoinMarketBull, Vortic United, and CloudFi, for violating securities laws. Gregory is believed to be working with Russian scammers operating from Dubai and Turkey, who commingle funds between the various Ponzi schemes to delay their collapse. He has issued death threats against individuals exposing his fraudulent activities.
Well, there you go. So before we get started, I want to show you this guy's YouTube channel. So am I right in saying his name?
Marcos Caleb.
Okay, Marcos. Well, let's call him Marcos, or I might even every now and again call him Jan's sidekick buddy. This is his YouTube channel. This is his 10 videos. And yes, you've got it. He's got 43,000 subscribers. Unreal. So what we did is we went into a program called Social Blade. And you can go in here and it tells you the health of a YouTube channel. And I'm not going to go into the stats too much, but just look at this one video he did. It's probably the video that's got 12,000 views. He actually has minus 68,741 subscribers. Now, how does that happen? Well, I'll tell you how that happens, ladies and gentlemen. When you pay for your subscribers, you can pay for as many as you like. And when they unsubscribe or they get removed as bots, you get a negative. So from my research and what I've done, this fake YouTuber has got fake subscribers. And that's how come he looks like he's successful, but he's a nobody. He's just a sidekick. He's another scammer, I'm sure. Let me see what else we can find out about him. So what do we know? What have I done previously about Jan Gregory? Because I don't know his sidekick buddy, and I don't really want to go after somebody I haven't researched. Well, he's been involved in Tageta, which is got a Russian behind it, and you're going to hear why I'm saying that's important. And he's also got quite a few, done quite a few shorts about him. But one of the most breathtaking ones, because I want to watch this video in its entirety, is I want to show you this part of the video I did. Now, this is a pitch deck that Jan Gregory put together for CoinMarketBull. Now, CoinMarketBull made a claim that if you signed up, you would get 500 USDT. So I watched like 12,000 people rush and sign up for their free 500 USDT that they would get by signing up. Once people signed up, they were told that they would only get paid the $500 once they had 5,000 people. They introduced $5,000 into the multi-level marketing component of the website. So you couldn't get your $500 out unless you recruited $5,000 worth of money for the company. But they didn't say that at the time when people signed up. It was crazy. So it took my interest. I didn't sign up, but I had a look. But this guy here, when I was looking through the pitch deck, that you will learn that Jan Gregory actually produced. This is a fake CEO. Now, how do I know it's a fake CEO? Well, I did a reverse image look on the pitch. And this is his real photo. And this guy will not be connected to anything to do with this company. Then I decided to go search for this lady. All right, so you get the idea. So when I heard this video today, and we've got Jan Gregory claiming that behind MLM has got all their information wrong, and they don't understand multi-level marketing, and they're doing nothing wrong. I just looking at these two guys and I think, are you for real? And look, Jan Gregory has actually got a face on. I just realized, because if you look at his hand's over his face, and his moustache is actually over his fingers. So that's when I first saw this. I thought, is this the real Jan Gregory? And when he spoke, it sounds like Jan Gregory. So then I didn't have any doubt about it. But anyway, so let's have a wee disclaimer here. That may not be the real Jan Gregory. And I don't know Marcus, I can't remember your name, mate, because you're a nobody. Marcus Caleb, keep forgetting your name. He looked genuine, but then when I looked more into the videos and the content, I believe it is the real fellas. So let's have a listen to this. Buckle up and listen to some of the amazing stuff. So we're just going to get straight into this, and this won't go on for too long.
Now, Behind MLM came out with a new article trying to attack and smear us and defame us, both Jan and I. And so today, what we're going to be doing is
When does a 50-year-old man sit there and puff on a friggin' vape? Goodness me.
answering this Behind MLM article, and we are going to be exposing Behind MLM so that all of you can see the real truth, the other side of the story that a lot of MLMers are not able to tell. All right, folks? So without further ado, I'm going to.
Now, if any MLMers are listening to me doing this video and you want to come on to my YouTube channel and come into StreamYard and be interviewed by me, I would relish the opportunity. And the same with you, Jan Gregory. And I don't know about your sidekick. I don't think you're anyone special. But if you want to come and join him, please do. In fact, we want you guys on our channel. We want to interview you. We want to know how you sleep at night scamming people.
Jump right into it. And I also have today Mr. Jan Greger himself, so that he can speak for himself and also defend himself and tell his side of the story. A lot of people out there are just reading these articles. They're just all psychologically developed so that they can.
Now, you'll find out in a minute that Jan Gregory claims that he's got a psychology degree. So here he is claiming that a guy that's trying to help people and save people from getting scammed is using psychology and tricks to make people believe things, and they're exposing people like Jan Gregory for no good reason.
Put scare tactics in you and scare you to death so that you don't even want to take a look at something. It's all based on psychology to try to prevent people from being successful. That's what it is.
So give me one person or one program that Jan Gregory has done that has made someone successful in a higher percentage. So there's going to be winners and losers, but there's more people losing than being successful when they get involved in anything that Jan Gregory promotes.
What we're going to do today is we're going to go over this article step by step, and we are going to debunk and demolish the ludicrous claims that are made by Behind MLM. And we're also going to tell you some about Behind MLM and what they are all about, so that all of you can be informed as to the nature of what they are up to and what kinds of people these are. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now so that you guys can see for yourself. All right. So as you know, Jan and I are promoting Bit Harvest. Okay. And so it's kind of funny because, and Jan, you can interject when you talk about this, how we talked about how, hey, I was even mentioning it. Bit Harvest is not even on Behind MLM. It's not on Behind MLM. So what we're going to do is, this is a really good, solid company. But then we had discussed and says, you watch, when we start making YouTube videos, Behind MLM is going to make an article about us. And sure enough, they did.
Well, why the hell wouldn't they? And just give them some time. I don't know anything about Bit Harvest, but anything associated with these two guys has proven that anything they promote has a finish date, normally a few months after it starts, and everyone loses their money. And these guys get paid multi-level marketing commissions.
They were just waiting for us to make some YouTube videos. They were just waiting. They were just sitting behind the scenes waiting for when Jan Gregory or Marcos Caleb decided that they were going to start promoting something, and they were just going to just fix the bullets on us. And like you said to me, Jan, they're just focused on shooting at us. They don't even care about Bit Harvest.
No, we don't. We don't care about your stupid scams. There's another scam in here they bring up that we were just reviewing a couple of days ago. Hey, if you're in the chat room, welcome. Please feel free to ask any questions and say good day. We'll bring you into the conversation. And also there's a poll. And obviously the thumbnail of this is Dumber and Dumbest. And with the poll today that we're asking people to do is, who is dumber, Jan Gregory or his sidekick buddy?
Oh, that's correct. So really, I'll take the heat on this one. I'll take the bullets on this one. I'll tell the 80-20 rule. This is 80% against me and 20% against Marcos, and we're just taking the company along for the ride here. So really, folks, this is mostly against myself, okay? And so last year in the industry, we did a lot of different platforms, and most people know that most of the stuff in crypto ends up Ponziing out or scamming out. And you have to understand something, that we don't know this at the beginning. We're told.
Now that is a load of bullshit, poos and wheeze. We don't know this at the beginning. I mean, what the hell? Are these guys got a low IQ? It doesn't take a Savaloy 10 seconds to look at a program that has a membership plan and doesn't have a product or a service to identify it as a scam. If it sounds good, if it sounds too good to be true, it's not true. But if it sounds convincing and they reckon that they can pitch deck it to people and shove it in their throat and gaslight people, then they will sell it. They don't care if these programs. Every program that these guys have been asked to promote, I'm sure they asked the people who are giving it to them if it has an exit strategy. And that's how these guys continue. These guys have got, one point here, they talk about they have a disclaimer, and that's going to be good enough. If you read this disclaimer, you can commit murder. As long as you have, I can commit murder and I will not be held liable in the disclaimer, that's what they're saying.
Other things. We're going in with faith. We're going in with hope. We're going in with we hope that this is legit. We hope that everything is.
We can't run a business on hope. You can't say that we hope that when I sell you a bunch of bananas that they don't poison you. We hope they don't. This is just stupid talk.
Truth, and nobody ever knows. We don't know. You don't know. Nobody ever knows until it implodes, and that's pretty much it. And I think everyone can agree with us there. There's millions of networkers out here in the world, affiliates and so on, that are in their exact same shoes as us, and they can probably really relate to the video that we're going to show right now and explain to everybody here. And I think more networkers like Jan and Marcos need to take a stand and I would say fight back at the negativity, fight back at the.
So if you challenge any of these multi-level marketers ever, they tell you that you're negative, and that's their go-to line when you say it. It's just ridiculous. These guys are actually cult leaders. They will just put you in a trance and make you believe whatever they want to preach.
Devil, because this thing is just chomping on our heels every day, trying to discredit us, defame us. This is defamation.
No, we're not trying. We have successfully defamed you. Everybody knows that you're a scammer. Everybody, Jan. It's not even Jan Gregory. Every single person I know all my Avengers, people we talk to, anyone that's had any dealings with you in business, know that you're a dirty, disgusting bottom feeder of the world.
Character 101. I've done my own research. Behind MLM's been around for about 10 years-ish, and these guys have discredited over 9,000 companies. Companies like Herbalife, come on.
Let's have a round of applause for the boys at behind MLM. You've done a bloody good job, a marathon race, and you've saved people from losing hundreds of millions of dollars to these disgusting individuals. Well done, you guys.
On now, Herbalife is $1 billion brand. They're all around the world. They got distribution warehouses everywhere around the planet.
Now, I think his website is Behind MLM. So is Herbalife a multi-level marketing company? Pretty sure it is. So that's what he talks about. So why wouldn't he have Herbalife in there? They are multi-level marketers. And so many people start their journey from these companies and then leap into these crypto-based opportunities, and they'll use the same techniques they learn in those bigger companies.
They're not screwing anybody over, and everybody knows it.
But you are screwing people over.
Yet behind MLM is saying that they're a Ponzi. So, these guys only have one angle, and it's just to discredit MLM.
I challenge the fact that they actually said those ones are Ponzi's. I think you're twisting it a little bit there, Jan.
Tell you another secret about the two guys behind this website. Show their pictures for a minute here, Marcos.
Oh, and he's trying to name and shame these guys. I mean, really? How desperate are you going to get? I mean, who cares what they look like?
Quick. The two gentlemen, Michael Turton here and Klaus, these guys are ex-MLM people. Those two gentlemen right there used to be in our industry. There's
another lady called Julie Anderson. She used to be in a multi-level marketer as well. She did it for 5 years. She produced a video every day of her life for 3.5 years, she said. And now she was talking to either the Senate or in front of some big conference the other day about how MLM is a cult. And she is a YouTuber that only has about 5,000 viewers, I think about 5.5. And Julie is absolutely amazing. She has learned that this multi-level stuff is just bullshit. And now she's the opposite. So good on them if they were multi-level marketers and they turned it around. More people need to do the same. So I'm only applauding these guys. Jan Gregory would be an ideal guy. We might be able to make an Avenger out of him yet. Don't think so, but these guys are awesome. If they were, they would have inside knowledge of how these multi-level marketing companies operate.
Do what we do, and they were failures at it. They were miserable failures at this business model. And because they were miserably, failures at this business model, they turned around to shit on this business model.
They were failures. I mean, really? I mean, is that what you're going to go with? These guys were failures. I mean, they always go for low-hanging fruit. I remember when I was busting Keith Williams, he used to pick on my suit and the fact that I have to rent my house. They have nothing on me. And they have nothing on these guys either. And they're just grasping at straws, trying to defame these guys so they can climb over them and climb up that ladder to make themselves look better. This is disgusting, Jan. Is this the best you can do?
Hack on it, hate on it, discredit it, defame it, and everything else that you could think of, because they're failures, they're cowards, and everybody in the
They're certainly not cowards. Last year, someone tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for defamation for $3.8 million. That was not a cowardly act. I did not back down. I paid $36,000 for legal fees to defend myself, and then an hour and a half before 3 or 4 months worth of getting ready for the court case, these guys filed a discontinuance because I had overwhelming evidence that these guys are scammers. Now, if Behind MLM had defamed you, Jan, and you claim to have the wealth that you did, why don't you go after these guys yourself and do a defamation case rather than sitting here with a stupid YouTuber and producing this stupid, filthy content and try to twist lies and make truths out of nothing? You've got no facts about these guys or anything, and you're just mental. You're a nut job.
entire industry knows it. They hide behind that website. They have a pseudonym of Oz, and then they have the audacity to call out others that have that pseudonym or nickname themselves.
I email these guys every couple of days, and I always address them with honor, and I call them Oz. I have no problems with that whatsoever.
So there's other people that use a nickname. There's other people that stay behind a name like that and protect themselves. And these guys do the exact same thing, but yet they're calling out others on the exact same thing. You see, it's hypocritical. It's hypocrites 101 times 2 here. All right.
Exactly.
And so they're the agents of deceit, and they are the devil. And so let's get into it.
They are the devil. Is that really where you're going to go with this, Jan? Got some good stuff coming up. Stay tuned, people. Make sure you like and subscribe, and do check the poll. Who's dumber and who's dumbest? Jan Gregory or a sidekick buddy?
Show them some more. Let's go. Why don't we get into the article first, and then we'll move over to this stuff together. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Okay, so BitHarvest review, Boris CEO, crypto mining ruse, Ponzi. You notice that right from the beginning, they try to trick your mind by using the terms like crypto, mining, ruse, Ponzi. It's like these are all psychological terms to try to trick your brain into interpreting it very negatively.
Okay, so what product or service do they have? Are you nuts? Are you nuts? What school did you go to? I left school at 14, mate, and I'm more intelligent than you.
And they're experts at this. They've
Boris
Look up the meaning of expert. It's a drip under pressure.
CEO, Boris CEO, I'm sorry, we're going to talk together. The Boris CEO term comes from Germany, okay? And Klaus is German heritage. And this is a terminology of culture, of slang, of a German, thing. I don't talk like this from Canada. You don't talk like this from USA. This is not terminology we use. This is a German terminology of their culture. We respect it, but that's where it comes from. Keep going.
Okay, so
It
BitHarvest
doesn't even make sense to most people. It doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense one bit.
What
BitHarvest
does
fails
Boris
to provide.
CEO mean? What does it mean?
I know it doesn't make it. I looked up the word Boris and it's all positive, but they're trying to word it in a negative way. Like
That's what I'm
seriously.
saying. It's some sort of German culture slang thing. It doesn't make sense to the rest of the
No,
planet.
it
Even
doesn't.
matter. No. All right.
So definitely it says BitHarvest fails to provide verifiable ownership or executive information on its website. Instead, BitHarvest offers an executive team with names nobody has heard of. Okay, so first of all,
Well, so do they provide this information on their website, or do they not provide this information on their website, as he says? Okay, have you got proof of that?
this is the CEO right here, okay? And he's a real guy. However,
Absolutely.
He's a real guy. Well, brilliant. I just showed you that the last pitch deck that Jan Gregory put up that I went through used a fake CEO, and I found the guy on LinkedIn, the real person with a real photo. I mean, really? So why would we even spend the time researching these guys and these photos? Because we're so used to dealing with you and your filthy tactics, and it's your word against other people. And as soon as you start digging deep, even with what was it, bull market cow, coin market bull, with the offices that you claim that you had were in Tokyo, and then when I did my video 2 days later, they changed to somewhere in London. And when we checked out the addresses that you were working out of in London, it was out of a shared office space, Regis. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, you make this shit up as you go, mate.
they're picking on this guy that he must be fake based on what information? Do they prove it? Do they prove that he's fake? No, this is their proof right here. That's, of course, because BitHarvest executive team doesn't exist. And they do. We've met them all. Okay.
Well, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. It's stupid. Bring them on my Zoom. Well, whatever it is, StreamYard. That's what we use these days.
BitHarvest
They took
CEO
every slide that you see, other than that next one that you show with the dress shirt there, every other slide, that first one and all the ones we're going to show everyone, they just went to our YouTube channels and screenshotted our work. So they actually went and robbed and pillaged our work.
Oh no!
Cut it up into pieces.
Terrible! What
and
do you
made
want them
this,
to
you
do?
know, this
Go and send photographers from the New York Times and take their photos.
little flow of negativity around us.
Oh,
So just so you know,
negative.
where they got the content, it's our content.
Oh,
They
is that-
stole it from
Ooh,
us.
naughty,
Our
aren't
work
they?
has been stolen and
Naughty
plagiarized
boys!
here. Keep that
Naughty
in mind, too.
boys!
Terrible.
Terrible!
That's, of course, because BitHarvest's executive team doesn't exist. BitHarvest CEO Logan Lee is actually Singaporean national Steve NG. Okay, so this is the thing. They're going by this, that he was a poker player, okay? And
Is.
over here, or he is, BitHarvest CEO and co-founder Logan Lee is played by Singaporean national Steve NG. Okay, so we're going to click on it right here. We're going to open it up, and you're going to see that there's a list of different poker players here on this website. He's not hiding anything. He's very famous. He's very public.
He's famous.
However,
So let's talk about this for a
yeah,
minute.
talk about that.
It's called a pseudonym, a nickname, a stage name, a pen name. These matter to us. We're from North America. We know what a pen name is. Let's talk
Right.
about the most famous book writer in the world, Stephen King. The guy that makes Stephen King novels, his name is not Stephen
No
King.
way!
Okay?
Oh my lord!
And so
I
when you're
thought it
playing
was
poker, and you
true.
can talk to the poker culture, because this is all cultural, right? This is all in a
Okay.
bubble of society.
Yep.
So the poker people are
Uh-huh.
protecting their identity, their personal lives, by having a pseudonym name, having a nickname. We're just going to call it a nickname. It's easy for everyone to understand. So he uses a nickname in his professional poker career, so
Yep.
it doesn't convolute with his
Uh-huh.
personal life.
Oh,
He's
that's
allowed to
cool.
do that.
Great
He's allowed to
thinking.
do that. How many people have a nickname out
You don't want to
there?
put your name. My
Jay-Z,
name's Danny.
right? Biggie, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah, I'm called Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Do not look up the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger on the internet. You will not find me. Of course, you'll find me. But my real name is Danny DeHeck. Okay. And this guy, he's got what did he call it? A AKA name.
What are these all? This is just some of the famous ones from America that we've all heard of in music. But this is the point. You're allowed to have your own nickname. If you want to have one, you can have one. That's your choice.
Boom,
That's
boom.
his choice. How can we say that he can't have it? How can we do that?
It's so
right?
true.
That's his
Yeah.
business.
They
It's
have
his
no
life.
business. They have no business determining whether someone doesn't have the right or not to have a different pen name in the background for something else. Okay, people do that all the time. This is
And
no
the poker
evidence, folks.
industry,
Yeah, but when you're in business and you're dealing with a CEO, I don't think you need to use your nickname. I think you'd be better off using your real name. Just saying there, Jan.
the poker industry is gambling, right? It's
Mhm.
it's sensitive. It's under scrutiny, right? It's under opinion, all that sort of stuff. So obviously he's trying to protect himself from all of that drama, right? It makes sense to me.
Hey, he might be Sam Lee's brother. His name's Logan Lee. Maybe he's Scam Lee's brother. Oops, sorry, that's not his real name. That's what he goes by, Scam Lee. And now we've got Logan Lee.
Makes sense to you.
Exactly. And so, guys, in the end, this is zero proof. What they're providing here
Zero
is
proof.
zero proof. Okay,
Good stuff.
of trying
Great
to prove their
article,
point.
Oz.
They have provided no sustainability for anything. They've substantiated nothing. Okay,
No.
they have made up a bunch of garbage.
And we don't need to substantiate anything because you guys have got a history longer than your noses in all these Ponzi schemes. Name one Ponzi scheme or one opportunity you've given to people where people are happy about your exit strategies. Or if they've named one still going Ponzi scheme that you've promoted. Are they all closed down or are they still working? Listen to the accolade of schemes that Jan rattles off in a few minutes, telling you that they've all fallen over, and he's got good reason for every single one of them falling over. He didn't do his due diligence.
Just to trick your mind. It's all wording just to try to throw you off and get you all confused. So let me show you guys. This guy was interviewed by Binance Live, Binance TV. Okay, this is Binance.
Twice. This is a second
Yeah.
interview. This is the one twice. And his
Twice.
name is
This is-
Logan Lee.
Yeah, I remember the primetime video of Ryan Jew, and Prime took it off. They took the video off after they found out what dubious practices they were doing. So okay. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's credible. I don't even know if they're passing off by using his name. It's not like they haven't done it before. This guy may not have any association with Jan. They've decided to scoop him up and come out with another Ponzi scheme. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not talking about this, but I'm interested to know if just because somebody's been interviewed by somebody, it doesn't mean anything to me. It's just another media appearance.
And he really is a CEO. And as far as anyone's concerned, we're with the company. And in, I think, another 7 days, we have an intimate interview with Logan ourselves, Marcos, myself, and a few of our key leaders. And we're going to have an intimate interview with him. He's also appearing at the Dubai Expo here on May 20th.
Well, that gives me a lot of faith. They just launched Boomerang in Dubai, and that's another opportunity of a lifetime, isn't it, guys?
21st, he's at a trade show. He's in the blockchain expo. Like he's a real guy. I just find it so comical. Like, how can you say he's not? You know what I mean? Just because he has a poker career and he has that stage name, it has zero to do with the fact that he's a CEO.
Yeah, I wouldn't use your stage name in the real world, though, mate. I think you want to use your real name instead of a stage name. The same.
Financial expert, money man. I'm going to call him a money man from Singapore because that's what he is. And he's a powerful guy. I respect the fact that he's trying to protect his personal stuff, right? I respect it. I think a lot of people agree with me.
No.
Let's keep going. Do you agree? Do you agree with him? Like, what's your
No.
take on that, Marcos? You agree that, because it's sensitive, because
Yes,
it's a
I
subject matter
100%
that's
agree with you.
gambling? Would you agree that, it would be a good idea to have a stage name in that arena? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, turn your mic on, you idiot.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, you're a mute.
I think you're muted.
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. He doesn't want to confuse his business life. He doesn't want to merge his business life with his poker game
Oh.
life. Okay, anybody can do that. So many people do that. This is nothing new under the sun.
Okay.
There are so many important, powerful people out there that
Donald
undergo
Trump, for
different
example.
names,
He's not
different
called
times, and
Donald
it's not
Trump.
necessarily their real name.
Do you know Donald Trump's real name? I think it's Donald Trump. Just saying.
So whether he has a pen name or not is no proof whatsoever that this guy is some fake CEO. He's a real guy, okay? It doesn't matter that they have another pen name. It does not
Okay.
matter one bit. They're just making
Okay, we
stuff
get the
up.
point.
So
Whether he's real or not don't really worry me at all, to be honest, because I don't really care about him. I want to hear about Jan's accolades down below. This gets better.
well, let's see.
So first of all, I'm going to go along with you too and check mark. So check mark. This is not important. Check mark.
Exactly.
Okay,
This is not important.
Let's go
Okay,
to the next one. This
we can
fallacy bullshit.
surmise whoever is actually running Bit Harvest either. Okay, this is just a bunch of they're
So
making
let me go to point number one with you. So he's saying Chinese scammers operating out of Singapore. All right. Well, Singapore is in Asia. Okay, cool. Google his name. Google both of his names and see if he comes up on a scammers list anywhere. Google his poker name for fun.
Well, he will now, won't he? He's just been in behind MOM, and he's going to be in mine as well. So yeah, he will come up now when you search for scam in his name, because he's guilty by association. Now, if you are the pool player, I've forgotten your name already, don't use Jan Gregory or a sidekick buddy to promote you, because your opportunity is going to be go up in smoke. And unfortunately, if you're already in behind MLM, you're kind of doomed anyway. But I'm sure the boys at MLM would actually retract the article if their information was proven wrong. Now, I don't think you're going to be the guy to prove it wrong, Jan.
Google his business name, Logan Lee, his real name for fun, and just see if he comes up as a scammer anywhere. Type in Logan Lee scammer and see what comes up. Let's have fun. Or Stephen Ng. Let's just have fun. Google it. So Logan Lee scammer. Write that in there and see.
He's done it.
Scam. You can write that. That's easy.
Don't go too far down.
scam. Yeah, okay.
Nothing. Zero.
That's the first thing that comes up is behind MLM.
Of
There you
course.
go.
Of course.
Of course,
because
that's
it's
because
SEO,
there's-
right?
That's
It's a
brilliant.
blog. The SEO is powerful. That's the negative of.
That's brilliant. Well done. And Reddit as well. Logan Paul scamming people. Oh, Logan Paul, not Logan Lee. Hey, that's brilliant though, isn't it? That's great you come up. Well done, Oz. You've got an awesome website there. Wish I had it.
Of the internet, right? The internet is a bad place, family. It is full of bad actors. And these two clowns that run behind
And who would know that better than Jan Gregory and his sidekick buddy?
MLM are a couple of the most notoriously chaste individuals in the world. While you're doing this, do his other name, Stephen NG. Do Steve NG, and then do Steve NG scam. Write it in there. So show everybody. But I just want to tell you guys something. Behind MLM is this close to losing their foothold on what it is that they have.
Now, I'd love to go through his LinkedIn profile. Every time I go to the LinkedIn and check out these guys' profiles, they find they've only got 200 followers and they don't engage. None of their LinkedIn profiles connected to anyone of importance. They're literally like set up on the fly, I believe.
Here, GSP Partners apparently is a Ponzi too, according to them. They've put over 9,000 companies on their website and said they're all Ponzi's. Not one of them out of 9,000 of them is credible in their negative opinion. And GSP Partners has gone to the ends of the earth to shut these guys down. They've got a court sanction out of Ukraine.
Now, GS Partners have gone after me as well. Apparently, my ISP told that somebody in Norway spent $40,000 getting a page removed of my website. It doesn't mean anything. that GS partners are going after people like me, and they've got tons of money, and they just throw it at people like that, and they do make you think twice before you publish any articles. And this is why when you go to behind MLM and something pops up and you can donate, you can support them. These guys don't get enough money off the advertising on their websites to merit the time and energy they put into creating these articles. They publish an article or 2 articles or maybe 3 articles every day. Now, I get about $500 a month if I'm lucky from my YouTube channel. I spend 70 or 80 hours a month doing so. And the fact that these scammers go after you, like somebody went up last year, it cost me $36,000 to defend myself. The judge looked at all the case and all our evidence that we had at the end of it and awarded us $27,500 of our fees, and then asked me, do I know the address of the scammer so they can send him the bill to pay, which he's never paid. So I'm out of pocket $36,000 just to defend myself against a dirty, disgusting scammer who stole people's money. Now, these GS partner guys have made a ton of money out of people, and they throw it at anyone that says negative stuff to them. It doesn't mean they're right, but it just means that it makes it incredibly hard. And this has nothing to do with Jan Gregory. He's just throwing mud at something. He's picking up other people's mud and throwing it at behind MLM. Who really gives a flying toss? And good on you guys from behind MLM for standing up for yourselves and backing what you're saying. And that's admirable. Admirable. I can't say the word. You know what I mean?
Court sanction out of Germany and a court sanction out of New York City, America. And these guys are this close. And if you go to their website, Behind MLM, and you read about that, you'll see that they're begging for donations to stay alive. Hopefully they don't get killed. And I don't want any violence on anybody, but this is their writing. I'm just repeating what I read. And they are worried, they're afraid, and they're this close to losing the game on their negative news. It's this close. GSP Partners is the only company out of all 9,000 that have really challenged these two and really put them in a place of stress. And I'm really happy to see that, to be honest.
And what I'm going to do is
really
I'm going to
happy to see
link these 2 articles for all of you right in my description below, so you guys can click them and you can read them and you can learn all about these agents.
I had 100 articles written about me by a guy called Stephen McCullough, or McCullum. I always got his name wrong. And they were published by what he alleged was journalist. And we contacted one of the journalists and asked about them, and he said it's sponsored articles. So I wouldn't even believe for 10 seconds these articles. If they were published in the New York Times, different story. I've had a full-page spread, 19th of November, or maybe the 17th of November 2022. The New York Times did a spread about me and calling me the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, and I've carried that name on ever since. These articles that they're showing you are just made up rubbish from these friggin' fake news articles. They have no credibility, and it's just haters writing content. I've had 100 of them written about me, and I'm nobody.
These agents of deception, deceit, and behind me. So they're going to tell the whole story about how the Behind MLM came about. You can see it right here. It's all right documented. It's just a lot of information.
Michael Turton, and you know what? I'm going to say some words here, but and I'm not offending anyone that's listening. You guys do what you want. But Michael Turton is a full-blown alcoholic. He lives his life
good on him,
really
man.
Poor quality.
I like a drink
He's
as
a
well.
deceptive man. He cheats on his wife in Taiwan.
Oh,
he's on Tinder. There's all kinds of data. I'm not making this up. This is real life stuff. People have gone to the ends of earth on these 2 guys. The Klaus guy here, again, a has-been, a total coward, someone that has failed at what we do and is out there ridiculing and defaming
the best you can do. You've threatened them before, haven't you?
So horrible what these guys.
I remember seeing a video of Jan Gregory with a gun, and he was and that was just intimidating people he was talking about.
There should be like a Netflix on these 2 characters, man. I'm telling you, just
look at all of these good companies out there. Even New Skin, they call
Herbalife. Are you kidding me? I know the owners of Vema. The owner of Vema is from my hometown. All right. Like, I know all of these people, man. Like, these guys run big business, right? They were not scams. They were just MLM. They're just MLM. And what is MLM? MLM helps people make income. MLM's a job. MLM's a career. MLM puts food on the table for people. Why on earth do we need to negatize something that is positive and helping others lift their lifestyle? I still don't get the relation there. I just don't understand the point.
But there's
right?
2 sides of that, Dan, isn't there? There's 2 sides of that. You're stealing from the poor and giving it to the rich. So that's the second side of it. So I don't know why you get off and think that you're noble
Jan, they have a vitriolic hate toward anything MLM. Okay, so every MLM company that comes out, they're after it. Okay, and it's the same with crypto. Now, you know how a broken clock is right once a day. Okay, what's going to end up happening is that someone is going to point out.
Now, a wee while ago, they were saying that Herbalife and Skin were labeled as Ponzi schemes. Well, in here, they actually label them as pyramid schemes. So I don't know what you're going on about there, you goopies.
That there was some network marketing company or some MLM company, or they're going to point out that there was some crypto-based company, and what they're going to do is say, "Oh, see, behind MLM was right. Behind MLM was right because they collapsed." You know how many corporations that are not MLM collapse all the time out there in this industry? This is a special targeted vendetta that they have, some special hate. Something went wrong in their life, so that they're super angry against MLM. So they're taking out all their guns.
Yeah, they got involved in multi-level marketing and listened to people who were preaching their message, and then they realized it was a scam, and now they're doing the noble thing and trying to warn others from doing the same. That's what went wrong in their life. So they've gone from the dark side and come to the light side, and now you're criticizing because you're still on the dark side.
Against any MLM platform or any MLM company out there. That's what they're doing. Okay, so guys, you cannot trust them one bit. Look at all of the companies that they've been going after. A lot of these companies have proven to still be around. Okay, some of them are not still around, but a lot of them are. But this is the nature of the beast. We are in a world of risk, but we are entrepreneurs, and
You're not entrepreneurs, mate. You're not even an asshole of a dog.
Try to find something that works. Okay, and this idea that just because you refer other people and those people refer other people, that's necessarily a Ponzi scheme or that's necessarily a pyramid scheme, that is an absolute bunch of garbage, because they don't even meet the definition of Charles Ponzi. Okay, they don't even meet that definition of what a Ponzi constitutes. Now, what happens is companies
MLM
a lot of
is
times
commission salespeople.
exactly.
MLMs,
No, you're selling nothing though. You don't have a product. You have a membership. You have a license. You don't have a product. You don't have bricks and mortar. You don't have anything tangible. That's why you're a Ponzi scheme, and you're not transparent where the money goes. In fact, the money that comes from people that have just invested pays people who have invested in the past. That's where the money comes from. That's why it's called a Ponzi scheme. You need to research this a little bit more, you chicken bickles.
commissionable salespeople. Everything
You're
in
not salespeople. You're the scum. You're the bottom feeders of the earth.
this world is being sold to everybody. You go buy a car, you go buy a house, you go buy a mortgage, you go buy a pop, whatever it is, everything is being sold to everybody. And MLM is a commissionable sales. Everyone's working for commission and no salary.
You're
And we're
scum of
getting
the
so
earth.
beaten up by these negatives. Like it's unbelievable, right? Like people need to put food on their table. MLM industry has helped millions and millions of people
It's
build up
stolen millions from people. You drop kick.
some finances and build up some economy in their household. MLM has been the best answer to millions and millions of people. And the fact that these two clowns have gone to discredit it, it's just obvious to me that these guys are.
Well, that's not called
It's
dumber and
laughable.
dumber.
Absolutely laughable.
Let's go back to the behind site and let's keep going down here. So let's
Singaporean
go.
scammers,
Let's go to
great
number two.
scammer.
We've already answered that. Stephen and Logan, whatever they want to call him, he is Singaporean, so that's nothing new again. The combination of Chinese, there's no Chinese people in the company whatsoever. And I've been there, and I'm at
real quick, I just wanted to interject something real quick. So what if they're Singaporean? There's good Singaporean people and there's bad Singaporean people.
Yeah, these are probably the bad ones.
So
you know how many
American?
people? Yeah, you know
So
what? Exactly. There's so many people that say those.
Hey, Cryptos, Jen, nice to see you here, mate. Just doing something different for a while. Jan Gregory, brilliant.
American scammers can become a negative. It's all play on words. Chinese scammers, Russian scammers. There's Russian. You know what's so funny is that behind MLM is always saying those Russian scammers. But then he will talk about the Russians who are getting on the scammers, and so then the behind MLM guy will uplift the Russian government and say how they are just issuing securities fraud warnings, the Russian government, and they talk good about Russia, but then he'll talk about Russian scammers. Like, why use these terms in this way to try to trick people that if someone is Singaporean, that necessarily means a bad thing? So what if they're from Singapore? We don't even know exactly the exact ethnicity of every single one of the employees, but all those employees we've met, haven't we? And you've met them, you've seen them. All these guys are really honest and genuine, aren't they?
Absolutely, bro.
Oh, well, I trust everything that Jan Gregory sees and says, and I watched him do his travel show a wee while ago, and he was going around the world, dropping into all these places, getting picked up in Rolls Royces, and they were pushing these programs down his throat so he could do it this year's
Absolutely. Even that
rollout, whatever it was.
last sentence, two other names attached to Bit Harvest worth noting are Jan Gregory and Marcos Caleb. And I'm a content writer. I'm a graduate of psychology from university, and I'm a marketing graduate from university. I have 3 university degrees myself. Okay, I have 3 diplomas in university.
And you wasted your education on promoting Ponzi schemes or scams, and you wash your hands with any concept that you couldn't identify this as a scam before you started promoting it to thousands of people.
And just quick stuff. You can see how he wrote my name first and your second because he's targeting me first. And if he was targeting you, you would have been first and I would have been second.
Oh,
Just so you see that
God's
clearly. It's
sake,
so simple for me
really?
to see this stuff. I know what they're up to here. So then Marcos Caleb runs a YouTube channel promoting MLM. Absolutely, you do, and you're going to keep doing that. And I hope you do. I
Exactly.
support you. All your people support you.
All your people. So he's got 43,200K subscribers. He's got 10 videos and he's got 15,000 views. And I've just showed you on Social Blade that he's been paying for his traffic. There's more subscribers than there is views on his videos. So that means that I think I worked it out that 2.8, that means it's impossible. The math doesn't add up. And here he is. It's just pathetic.
How many thousands of people have you helped make money in this industry? How many thousands of people have you put food on the table for? You're muted again. How many thousands of people has Marcos Caleb brought to what we say to vision, to fruition, to example, to action? Like, man, you're doing a great job, and please don't stop, and don't let any of this ever stop anybody.
So many, yes, in this industry, there's always going to be some losses. Okay. However, we do our very best, pick the very best, and we get better and better each time. And so I can say that I have a larger following today than I did before.
That's what happens if you pay for your subscribers. I have a larger following than I do today than I did yesterday. It's pathetic. And he pays for his subscribers and he's willing to sit there and say that. Even as every single bit of social media I just flipped up. I only spent about 15 minutes reviewing this guy. Every single, his Facebook pages, everything is all fake numbers. And if you go to I'm going to put that in the chat room, but if you go to Social Blade, you'll see the spike that he had when he paid for his traffic.
Before it's been growing because people are they're following us because their lives are being changed. I have so many people who work with us and join with us and work with us, and they thank me and says, oh, this changed my life. So many people's lives have been changed.
So many, me too. My phone is full.
Oh, yes.
Full of positive messages like that. And Marcos, let me ask you a question because we're covering these guys. I don't interview you back, but like honest question. Do you know that any company that you've ever worked for is a Ponzi when you start with them? Like, do you just start today on Monday and you're like, okay, I'm starting a Ponzi, honey. I know you have your wife there. Okay, honey, I'm going to work. I'm starting a Ponzi on Monday. Like, do you talk like that? Do you think like that?
Never, not for one moment would I ever promote a company if I suspected they were a Ponzi. Not for one moment.
Are you shitting me? Can you not identify these companies as Ponzi schemes? The fact they're associated with your alleged business partner is just ridiculous. I mean, I just can't get over these guys can't see. I don't know. I can't see the trees for the forest or the forest for the trees.
I was raised better than that. I believe in 100% honesty. I believe in 100% ethics and doing things right. You know, that's the way I was raised. I do not believe in lying. So if something turns out to be a Ponzi, then I'm really sorry about it, and I do my best to.
So your business partner was fined $165,000 by a Better Securities Commission in 2022 for running an illegal Bitcoin investment scheme called Whale Club. Okay. Now, is that 100%, is that your 100%? Your business partner is a scammer. He's had to pay $165,000.
To help all our people get back up on our feet. There's been many people who, when those few people did get hurt, I've done my best to help them get back on their feet. And
those few people, it was the minority that won and the majority that lost, not a few people. Lots of people have lost money. They've never got their